Yeah, today's topic is crazy. And it's crazy because of what it entails. It's about pornography. It's about pornography. And we have two beautiful ladies with us. Yesterday we had Priscilla with us. Today we have another lady with us. Tazira. All right, we have Tazira with us, and then we have the regular Ortic also with us. So please share the link. Please like on the page. Please help us go trendy, and let's get into it. Let's quickly introduce them and then get into the topic. Today we're gonna talk about pornography. And before I do the introduction, before we go on to talk about it, let me say this story. Okay, a young lady, beautiful lady. Please listen to the story. A young lady once brought her phone to me, her iPhone, because she had forgotten her password to the iOS. So she brought her iPhone to me and said, Cyrus, please help me reset my password on the iOS so I can have access to the iTunes and everything. And I said, fine, let me do that for you. Whilst I was still working those things for her on her phone, she gave me access to the password and stuff to the phone. And whilst I was doing it, I went into her pictures. Man, this lady is not more than 19 years old. She's not more than 19 years old. I went into this young lady's photos. And the first photo I saw blew me away. And I'm like, no, I didn't see it right. Let me go inside and see everything for sure. Thank you to Edem Atta for joining us. For all those that are joining us, thank you so much. I'm saying this short story so we can get into the conversation. So I go into this girl's photos, and it is one pornography after another pornography. And she has about 200 videos.
Collection.
200 videos of pornographic movies. And this lady is somebody I so loved, and I said, oh, this girl is growing up well. She's so cute. You know, she doesn't really, she's a shy person. She doesn't get into stuff like that and da. Achi Gayoma is with us.
She's beating you.
Achi Gayoma has already sent roses to us. My brother, he comes bearing gifts. Man, this guy is so lovely. Achi Gayoma, listen to this story. So I go into this girl's photos, and all I see is one pornography after another pornography after another program. And I'm watching the phone. I'm like, what is wrong with this girl? What is wrong with this generation? Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the topic for today. The topic is pornography. The effects it's happening on people. Why are even girls so caught up on pornography? I thought it was boys stuff. I thought it was only boys, young boys.
Please, we also have desires.
But the girls are even more interested in the whole thing, and they are watching it. So when they see you come in, they switch, they flip, whatever, and you don't get to see the whole thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll begin off by introducing the first lady on the show now, who is Priscilla, and then we have our regular Ortic with us and Tazirat with us. Priscilla, pornography, is it something you've seen before? Is it something you see your friends watch? Is it a common thing in your university?
It's very common. It's very, very common. No joke about that. A friend will even make a funny statement and be like, I've passed by it before.
What does that even mean?
She just passed by.
Yes, she has passed by it before.
And still passing by.
No, what does that mean?
So I'm not passing by anymore.
Okay.
When Tessie was the one who said it, so when it gets to attention, explain that statement. Yes. So for pornography, even in university, especially, I don't know why people even assume it's only guys. The girls also are very good at watching it. A lot. Just that, you see, society mindset about women is always on a different base. Therefore, when it comes to certain things like that, people assume when a lady does it, it's unrighteous. Therefore, they hide it, but it doesn't mean they don't.
But what will make a woman want to watch pornography and
Desire.
download it for that matter? You see, Otik, watching it, maybe when you're on the internet, watching some, you are doing some research with, and then you see these short ads in the right corner, that pops up on it. Those ones are very typical. But when you actually go on the site,
Yes.
watch it, and now download it.
Yeah.
When you see a lady download a pornography video on the phone, what is the impression you have about that lady?
Oh, me personally, if I see a lady with pornography on the phone, which means that lady is willing to learn more. You understand?
What does that mean?
Because
Ote,
Eh?
stop using words like learn. What does learn mean?
You know-
Use it as it is.
exactly,
Please.
I'm educated people. You know, there are so many people out there. That is the reason why a lot of relationships are suffering, because you think sexual intimacy is not important. You understand? So what you know is all you know. You know, every human being, day in, day out, we keep improving. We keep updating ourselves to actually, get to know and improve and become a different version of ourselves. So imagine you're in a relationship for like only God knows. And it's always the same position in bed, the same routine. It becomes boring. You understand? And
So you have to go out there and get knowledge on that too?
exactly, you have to educate yourself.
Really?
It's because the pastors and stuff, they feel like talking about
Really?
these things becomes some
Got it,
type
got
of
it,
way.
got it, got
And it's
it.
very judgmental.
Got it, got
So
it.
they don't educate you.
Ote.
Let me tell you something. When
Got
we
it.
went
More
for
fire.
counseling, when we went for counseling, I'm a married man. They educate us about our sexual life. You understand? And even the pastor made us understand that you need to change routines. It's not always going to be the same thing where you have to do.
Boring.
You get me? It becomes boring, and that is why a lot of Christians are suffering in their marriages, because they have just one particular thing, and that is what they are stuck to.
Ote.
So educate yourself.
Ote.
It depends on what you use the pornography to do. You understand? There are people who watch it for just their partners only. They do. Some partners even watch it together. You get me? So that is my whole view about.
Ote, you're already starting to break my heart at this point. You are breaking my heart already. So you have to go out there, get the material, and learn it like you are learning your science.
That is how you.
And your math.
You just some of
Let's
them
see that.
will say they want to.
Have you
spice
seen it
up.
before?
Yeah.
Was it an accident you saw it, or you went and looked for it?
It was an accident at first.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes when you get
She was
into
passing by.
yeah, sometimes when you get into a relationship, you can just pass by to help your partner to spice up your relationship.
What does the pass by mean, actually?
Maybe you just say, let me check on. Let me say, okay, let me change. I need us to change the style with you. Maybe it's too
Oh, God.
normal.
Oh, God.
You just want to spice it up. Let's
Exactly.
see what's up that is going on there.
Yeah.
So let's also try this so that we can so that it won't be boring for the guy.
See,
So
So the
that
guy
is
will
what
not
sounds
say,
seek and
I've
you shall
gotten
find.
some side chick
Yeah,
there
yeah.
and it's giving
Nimako,
me more
what
than
is the
you."
meaning of seek and you shall find?
Exactly.
Nimako, what is the meaning
you
of
have to
this?
seek for the answers.
Let me read a few comments here. Upon Ebitel says, hey, this topic there. Cheddar, the lady even enjoyed it most. Nimako,
Yeah.
what is this seek and find thing you are talking about? That's right. Listen. When you are browsing on the internet and you happen to chance on it, that is fine.
Yeah.
But if you go into the website, watch it, download it, and watch it from time to time, you don't think this is problematic?
Okay, different. Some people get addicted to it that is out of it, and some people I think it leads to it when you are single, and you don't want to be like messing around with different other guys. So you don't want to be seen with this guy, with that guy, with this guy tomorrow. You can just help yourself indoor by
Whoa.
you help yourself indoor.
Whoa.
Helping
So
yourself.
yeah.
Whoa.
Serious.
You help yourself indoor.
Exactly.
You do what?
You help yourself indoor.
Exactly.
You help yourself indoor. You
Just
don't
not
want
to
to
be
be
sleeping
seen.
around.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
But
see.
some people are there like.
Am I the
you're
only one
married.
listening to this?
I'm as shocked
Even
as
if
you are.
No,
Seriously.
no. You can be married and you'll be like, you can also. It's really fun if you even watch it with your partner.
Nimako, I don't know where you want to. Listen. Let's take it slow.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm already some way with the way you are going with help yourself and.
She's being honest. You
I'm
understand?
be- exactly.
And I agree with you.
Okay, so
I agree with you.
if I put the question to you
Yeah.
that if you didn't have a boyfriend, I don't want to know if you have a boyfriend or not.
Okay.
If you didn't have a boyfriend, would you be helping yourself?
I don't have the time. I don't have the. I don't have the time to. I don't even want to think about it for me to help myself.
Hey,
I have a lot
Priscilla.
going on.
Yeah.
Priscilla, if you didn't have a boyfriend, or have you experienced helping yourself before?
No, please.
Okay, if you didn't have a boyfriend for a long time, would you consider helping yourself?
No. I think I've not even had the chance to even consider that. Yes. I think I don't know where my sister was getting to, but I think she was speaking to no, relax. She was speaking to the essence of maybe if you are single and then maybe you are less busy, you have nothing to do. I think in that essence is what she's talking
So
about.
it is fine if you are single and less busy, you should help yourself.
For me, I have no problem with others doing it, but then to me, it's not something I would do. It's not something I would do, and I don't think it's fine to.
What kind of generation cry is this?
I know, right? Gen Z.
This kind of generation, I mean, you terrify me every
called
time.
the future.
Yeah, the future is bright. And the future is bright.
Exactly.
Otik, it looks like you are very comfortable with this generation.
Because I've come to understand that, we are evolving, you understand? You remember, there was nothing like
learn.
social media. Now,
Yeah.
things are changing.
Yeah.
And you and I, we came from an era, probably, these things weren't common. You get me? It was a bit, not acceptable in society. But right now, society is actually making this generation understand that if this is what you want, go for it. You understand? Anything that makes you happy, just do it. That is why, I don't want to be, too judgmental about people's
Sorry,
decisions.
it's kind of happened to me. I was so embarrassed once in a while, like something happened before. I was in between my friends and they were talking about porno and stuff like that, and I was like, ew, I can't even watch it, I can't even do it. And they will be like, look at you, why are you pretending? Why won't you? Are you okay? Then you are premature. Hey, you don't know what is happening. That kind of thing. Then you two, you will be between your friends, you have to follow the trend.
Peer pressure.
Exactly. You have to say, oh yeah, I've been there.
Oh,
Oh yes,
yeah.
I've seen it. Yes.
See, Mr. Cyrus, a lot of ladies or guys out there. A member be brave, a virgin, or babies who are a virgin. But because of they have to carry a certain persona to make them look cool in public where they are not going to be judged. Some the viewers, some of you can testify.
But
You
Otik,
understand?
the question we are all veering off in the pornography. We'll show phone so. I downloaded so many videos. Phone so. Now we'll share in kakra.
Our girl now, girl.
Who a girl, who ni girl, what you want out here?
When I say the football class now, about matches, I say training. What I say?
Menu. What download the pornography go phone so? Obi ni obi a omo ye de agiska. Omo ye we is supposed to be private.
It's supposed to be private.
Yeah, that is what sex is all about. It's never meant for public.
I think pornography, if it was private, you and I would have never seen it.
No, listen. So uko jina kwan chances here. Now only obi e da o kwan mu a. Aban ba be chew.
That's only different.
Pornography. The only difference in this
And
the only difference is who you are requirement and how you are bontia obi at the same time. But the same thing now moyo abonten. O de be good video so they are. Ye man in your liga na no be anko he.
I said they're illegal.
They do private ones that some people literally pay for it.
Now even Mr. Cyrus, in movies, there are sex scenes in it.
Yeah, now it has
okay. When you are watching,
no, I'm not saying it's a movie. Be anymore. Me patch say watch the website. I could download a good phone so. What the now what's your corner? Why ding?
People should not keep their money to buy it, buy the login, so that they can watch it because they are private one. What about those people?
Priscilla. Well, at what age did you watch pornography? The first time you saw pornography? No, what do you say?
Okay, I would say that at first, even when it came to sex scene, I mean, some of us when they are watching, when there is a movie even going on and it gets to that part, you better turn your head before you get some slaps. Better turn your head. So, to be honest,
and the parents then also.
Oh, seriously, to be honest, I can say that if it wasn't even far recently for me to even know that, maybe you shouldn't even feel judgmental about certain people doing it and stuff like that. But I wouldn't personally, or I have never personally actually gone on a site. But with movies with sex scene, fine, I've watched. But then it's not something I'm watching with.
Obi and Sandy being brother.
No.
None of your friends.
Do you know the problem? Most of those things you see them on Snapchat.
Right.
It's very serious.
And
you mostly see them on Snapchat, and then
What's the name of
you
it?
don't even ask for it. Someone
Just
asks you
WhatsApp.
up to be a friend, and then you just see a streak. You try viewing a streak, and it might be those kind of
things.
stuffs. And some is even from the person himself who actually streaked you, which is very serious. Sometimes
See, when the first time you saw it, know what he's saying? Maybe last year.
the first time I saw a thing like that was when I started using Snapchat, and that was, I think, first year in university. That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yes.
Otik, the first time I heard pornography, what he say?
I think I was in Bihuya. I think it was Jesus. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
boy,
I
primary
think Jesus.
kind of cry.
Oh, no, primary.
Yeah, the buy out here.
I think say Obi cassette. Cassette Obi the man. Me na mean.
And I don't go shame.
Me shame man. Sometimes I didn't know say this was what, because I've heard my friends talk about it, but I mean him say I did a friend of pornography and saying it. You get me? So it took me a while for me to understand. Say, okay, because they used to call it blue film.
Yes.
Many my dear friend blue film.
Yes.
You get me? And I don't know the term blue. No,
I think I must say I watched pornography when I was 14 years,
Wonderful.
and we were in group, like 8 boys. Hey.
14 years.
So with them, I don't think
that was
they
around
were.
GSS
I don't
time
think
now.
they were touching themselves. I
Yeah.
think with them, they are just curious. So they
Yeah.
were.
And
Yes.
then-
Also, when you are young and wild, Sana, you just want to explore.
Have you
What you say?
even experienced? I think I think I got to know something a little about it around, like, let me say 4 years ago. Have you experienced this there is was it Indian or this on Facebook? They will just call you. You don't know the number on video call. You can reject, but they will keep on calling. But when you pick up, they will just show you.
No, that is you should block them.
At
When you
least
block
you
them,
didn't pick up.
they will keep coming. They will keep
Snap,
using
you start
different
seeing before you
numbers.
can hang
Wow.
up.
At what age did you watch your first pornography movie?
I'll say, apart from those kind of nonsense calls, I'll say maybe like 4 years old.
4 years ago.
Yes.
4 years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
I was.
What happened?
Okay. And it was on Instagram. Yeah. So no, sorry. Did I say Instagram? Telegram.
Okay.
Yeah. So and someone now sent for me to copy to download movies.
Okay.
So it was through that movie, and they were like, you download this. So it comes like a sticker. But when you click on it, it's downloaded, and it just takes you straight to it.
And then you started watching it.
And that was how I watched it. I was like, what like,
Did you stop it immediately when you realized, oh, this is what you are showing me?
Oh, I was like, oh,
Said
what
they are
is
showing your ring
this?
too
And then what did you
much.
do?
I just went to look for the movie I was
Okay.
looking for.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
Show your ring
after
too
then,
much. They
I
also get
just
there.
snap it and just went off.
When you saw it the first time, Priscilla, did you immediately remove it or you continued with it?
For the first time that I saw it, to be honest, I don't see watching people have sex to be a fantasy.
No.
I don't see it to be a turn on. Yes. So there's no, when I saw it, I just cleared it. I see, when looking at someone do it, I feel nasty.
Okay.
That's it.
Menu, when you saw it the first time, what happened? Did you immediately remove the cassette? Okay, ni na ko see.
Yeah, was me. Send them.
Wow.
Nah.
And I actually
Okay.
Actually got my account.
You know, the first time I watched pornography, I was all by myself in my room. I closed the door, closed the windows, closed everything. I was very much aware, so I didn't have any pornography. But I was so curious because everybody in my class knew about it except me.
Exactly.
I took the cassette, went home, closed everything, and put it in the DVD player.
Oh.
The shocking part was when I thought nobody's looking at me,
They are looking.
my sister just barged into the room.
Yeah, which is really
And my sister has so much respect for me. And he mentioned my name and he said, "What?" And I was dumbfounded. You know, like in the room, my hand was on the remote control. So Obi rather pet.
No way, me.
I don't know how the thing overtook me. My eyes, my ears, my nose, my mouth was so much in the thing.
enjoyment.
It's addictive. Anyone who says it's not.
Into
it's a lie.
and son, I mean, say Obi rather. I say, what? I feel me home me won't be a remote in the crowd.
Why you confused?
But once you watch it, I don't know about you guys. Once you watch it, for me,
Yeah.
it is like an image of my eyes for a long time. And so because I realized what it does to me, I just stopped. Because obi wo hold me hwa na ref, obi hwa na ref, obi hwa na ref. Me dey be hwa ba ko a, oh yan ko e kra.
I think what I put in my mind was all this, they will say spiritually it is not good. So I put that in my mind.
No, so if not, you would have been really interested.
No, I'm not. I won't be interested. I'll never be interested.
She would have kept it.
No, I won't keep passing by.
Raz says today I brought nice ladies. All your ladies are good for the show. My crush Gwen. Gwen is not here at the moment. Yeah, we have some beautiful ladies coming through. So, Raz, you can always count on that. All right, let's move on to the next part. Watching pornography. Did it ever make you want to try with a guy or a lady? After watching it at least severally, did you come to a point where you said, maybe I should try? Never?
I'm not sure of it.
By the way, are you guys virgins?
Are you?
No, he's a married man.
Yes, so let's ask the married people first. Are you?
Okay, yeah.
Now, before married, I wasn't a virgin. How much more married? Oh, that's an easy question.
No, I need you guys to answer the question. I see you are struggling to answer it.
You know, ladies,
because your father thinks you are a virgin.
Ladies don't like to disclose.
Your father
this is why it's private.
Yes, very private.
So
yes.
No, they say it's private because their fathers think they are virgins.
Yeah.
Some of us are very close with our parents, but then you see, it's not just about that. But to be honest, when it comes to that, I think it should be someone's.
I see.
I understand.
I see.
And we respect that.
When a lady watches,
yeah, I mean, I love it.
When
keep it private.
Oh, listen. Larry boy, thank you for joining us. Let's move on. All right. So, when you watched it the first time and you realize, oh, this is what it is, did you ever on your own now look for it? Apart from somebody sending it to you. The first time it was maybe a mistake, you watched it. The second time, did you look for it or still a mistake?
To be sincere, I did once.
You did go look for it once.
Yeah.
What made you go look for it?
I don't even remember. I think.
Speak out a little bit. Please speak out.
Maybe curiosity. Oh, okay, yeah, like you said, maybe I needed more. I just needed to see what is going on.
Okay. And then you went back once.
Yes, I think I watched it once and I was like, okay.
So you got the answers you wanted.
It's not something I would love to do, touching myself. Nah, it's not something I would love to do. So
I mean, that's why you people are there now.
So,
I see.
And it got crazy that you have a friend that actually do such thing.
Whoa.
Privately, yeah. Which
you know
it is privately. She cash out with it.
What do you mean she cash out with it?
Because it's privately, you have to pay before you can enter that kind of log.
Whoa.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, OnlyFans. Hey,
OnlyFans?
This I don't know about. Even me that she's my friend, I don't know much about it. I don't know much about it.
I think this topic was raised yesterday.
Yesterday in
the classroom.
No,
yes.
girls who were just
you were studying in class and this topic came up.
Yeah.
Oh, ladies, they talk.
Don't ask where it started from,
Yeah.
but it just ended there.
Thank
ladies
you.
talk a lot,
Because like she that's what she just does.
Johnson Lordison says, from the beginning I knew the lady in white is lying. Johnson says the ladies are lying. And Achika Ayoma says they are not saying the truth. If you look at their faces, I have the feeling they are not telling the truth.
You know, women they like to conceal.
They want to give a certain image of themselves.
Exactly.
Oh,
But sorry, you already know if you meet a woman today, they carry that kind of persona to make you look like she's a good girl. You understand?
Yeah.
But when you get into the relationship, that is when you get to know what I have.
if you are talking about that aspect, where else do you want her to show it? I mean, if it's in the aspect of romance and intimacy, I think it shouldn't be it should be when you are with the person that you know that you want.
Oh, it's
so
not,
there's nothing wrong with it.
It's not necessarily about like you getting to the intimate part.
Be a good girl out there. Be a bad girl to your partner.
Let me ask you this. If it ever happened in your house that you're watching pornography on your phone and your mother or father saw you, what do you think you do?
For me, I think my mom's first impression would be that it will be silence. Okay, it will be total silence. Then you would think maybe you've outsmarted her. She won't raise it until you do something.
That she brings it up.
Until you do something, that's when she refer you. Oh, okay. So because of late you started doing this, that's why your character has changed.
You think you have grown, eh?
Exactly.
You think you have grown.
What would your mother or father say?
She'll tell you, you think you have grown, eh? Oh, don't worry. You will see what you are looking for.
Wow.
But you see, they were making a statement about pornography giving experience. The truth is,
No, I don't buy it.
yes,
Yeah, I don't think it's true.
The truth is,
I mean,
for
I buy
me
it.
personally, I think if you want to explore, that's why communication is always the key. Do
Me-
that with
me-
your
the
partner.
reason why I buy it is you want to explore. How do you explore?
See, I've never watched porn.
Mhm.
And there are so many people I can tell that even if they've come across it,
Mhm.
they don't do what they see there.
Mhm.
When you are in a room with somebody,
Mhm.
it's, I don't know, sex isn't supposed to be planned, or romance is not supposed to be planned. Just go with how you are feeling.
Mm.
So I don't think you need a book to read. And then, do you know, if you watch porn or you read a book about it, meaning that whatever you are doing, you are following a particular
A script.
trend. Yes, it's like it becomes as if you are praying to go
For
and
an
write
exam.
exams. Exactly. You just start doing it according to
Mhm.
what if the person is not really comfortable.
Now,
with
let me
it?
come in with this. Before I take you come in. This is my take on pornography. When you want to have experience in something, it is not from just learning. Experience is what you have actually done. You understand? You need to do it to be experienced in it. Bringing pornography is like bringing a third party into your relationship. That is how I see it.
Okay.
The moment you bring that, it becomes like a ritual. Now you want to look at what others are doing to
do.
we don't do that. The truth of the matter is, when you meet a lady or a guy and you are in that relationship, sexual relationship, you learn as you continue to be together, and a lot of things are experienced, and then you get that maturity in it.
You learn.
But you learn on it. You learn on the job. Like if you're a carpenter, you learn on the job. If you're whatever you do, you learn on the job.
But before you finish, would you, if you're a carpenter, you learn on a job, but would you always go and seek for ideas from places?
You seek ideas, but this is different because this is not something that is meant for public. Carpenter's job is meant for public. This is meant for you and your wife. The problem with people in this situation is when one of the partner is so experienced and the other person has no experience, or when someone has had multiple experiences with multiple guys or ladies, and the other person is a novice, and now you meet, and the other person is expecting you to do so much, but you just came straight, you want to do A, B, C, D and get away with it, then that is when the expectation is not met. But naturally, if you meet someone and you clear the table clean, that let's all start from scratch and make it work, and you are not just going to bring yours because I've dated this guy and this is what he used to do to me. So I'm dating now, you're supposed to do the same thing to me. It doesn't work like that. The guy used to take you on for 10 minutes non-stop, 20 minutes non-stop. You meet this new guy, you expect the guy to take you on for 10 minutes.
Continue from where you left off.
No, it's a new human being altogether. So you have to learn with that new guy from the scratch, and you have to accept it the way it is. If you don't accept it the way, this is why people are in love today, tomorrow they are falling apart, because they are comparing what their exes used to do to them.
Compare and contrast.
You met Isaac 2 years, 2 months ago. Isaac gave you a hell of a time, and you loved it. You have met James today. You want James to do what Isaac did. They are different people.
But would you want that?
Oh, no. It doesn't work like that.
But would you want that?
No. It doesn't work like that. You have to live in reality. Okay. The reality is every guy comes with their own capacity. So, and every woman comes with their own capacity. So the two of you must, if you love yourselves indeed, learn to grow together. Even though you expect so much, and the guy is not doing it quickly for you or as long as you want or with all the styles that you want, it takes time, gradually.
But what if the person is not even trying?
The person will try eventually.
Because there are relationships where those are the issues, you understand? Because wherever you are coming from before you came to meet this person, it be a nipano, just like okay, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, styles be, you understand? After the Abishawa, also the DBA, what the fuck?
And it's good. Let me
me?
tell you why it's also good for that, for you. You see, if your sex drive or whatever makes you happy in bed, it's all about sex. Whatever makes your relationship work, it's all about sex. I'm very sorry, your relationship have no future. If your relationship is all about the longevity of the sex and the styles in the sex, your relationship is not going anywhere. Because relationship is more than sex. Sex may take just about 5 minutes. 10 minutes, you are done.
But it plays an important
I know, but it's 10 minutes.
Exactly.
That 10 minutes, the rest of the 24 or 23 hours and 50 minutes is still sitting there for you to deal with each other. All right? So don't make that 10 minutes everything about the relationship.
Oh, nah.
You can always improve on that 10 minutes, but if all your ideas is within that 10 minutes, I have to carry you up, you have to carry me at your back, do Chinese, do this. No.
But is it supposed to be like, just like you are saying, say, you don't need to do too much, you just need to try whatever you can. Is it supposed to be that way? Or just like you say, every partner has their expectations, you understand? So if maybe you are not comfortable with maybe whatever the person is bringing, you understand, can you go a way around it to come to an agreement where
you have to talk with
the
the person.
relationship is going to have like,
You have to talk.
because someone is coming from an experience, and you know, people, just like you say, you watch pornography and it leaves memories in your head.
Yeah.
You understand? It's the same way the person came from a relationship and the person has lots of memories with whoever, you know, they broke up with. You understand? So if they come to meet you and you are not matching their energy, I'm not saying everything is about sex. You understand? But the sexual part also plays an important role.
The difference is porn stars, they see it as an occupation,
Exactly.
not pleasure.
Send the
Not
human oil.
pleasure.
And you that you are with your partner, what do you see it as? Do you see it as an occupation?
No.
No. If no, then it means what? You're having fun. At least something is binding you guys together. So why don't you communicate? Talk. When he's even doing it, oh, jokingly, babe, today I want you to do this. Or jokingly, babe, I want to do this to you. That actually makes it more spice. That makes the relationship a bit fun.
It makes it fun.
How can, if you can be sitting down, even talk about other things, gossip about other people as couples and everything, why can't you talk about sex?
Yeah.
People make sex look like
feels
it's so
uncomfortable.
sinful.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, no matter how holy you are,
You
sex
You
is
are,
part of relationship.
Exactly.
Actually, nowadays, no more sinful. You say what you want to say. Say your mind and let it go.
So what I'm saying in a nutshell is, if you love one another, you can always make it work. If you love the other person, you can find a way to make it work. But when you just want to satisfy your sexual drive all the time, this is where the problem is. So when you don't get it for just one day, you are either going to watch some porn and continue with it when that person is not there, or you are going to play with yourself, something you want to
really
do.
bad.
It cannot be like that.
There was a movie I watched, just like you said. The woman had like a high sexual drive, you understand? And the husband didn't know that side of her. And the husband was like that kind of person, just like you said, something simple, and you know, the guy is good. But the woman had a high sexual drive. So after having sex with her husband, she has to go out, go and meet other guys, and you know, do more to feel really good before she feels like
That kind of a woman
you
is
understand?
damaged.
And
That is how I see it. You are damaged.
And even
Some of them will even have
Yeah.
they will have what's the name
Where?
to use after
Dildos.
like,
Dildos.
dildo.
Those
Like,
toys.
they will
Vibrators
say,
and those
yeah,
kind
they
of
will
stuff.
say they don't want to cheat. So
Yeah.
after done with their husband,
When I see a woman like
Oh.
that, I see a woman
You see it on
who is
movies.
damaged. You are really damaged. Something
You
has
see it in
happened to you.
movies.
You have dated the wrong guy for a long time, and now you can't find that type of a guy,
yeah.
and no guy can satisfy you. You have become a
But why do you tell me that's the wrong guy?
no, because you couldn't marry the guy. If the guy was good, you should have married
You
and
will
stayed with the
end
guy.
up together.
Oh, but I don't see it, because you know there are so many reasons. There are people who couldn't end up marrying because of religious.
No. Let me ask you: do you date to get married, or you just date?
You date to get married, but
Good. So if it didn't work,
because there are situations where, because of religious differences,
Maybe
they couldn't marry.
religions,
So
maybe-
doesn't mean
no.
the
But
person
did you
wrong.
know it from the
Blood.
beginning?
But they loved each other.
No. Listen, when you are dating with the intention of dating, then you got the whole thing from the bad foot. If you are dating, it must be directed towards something, because once you start dating, you know there is going to be sex involved. When there is sex involved, you know there is going to is likely there's going to be transmittable diseases involved. When that is also involved, you know there is going to be the likelihood of children coming out of it. If children come out of it, all that responsibility follows. So dating can never be a casual thing where you met somebody, he's fine, and he sees you at nice, and you just want to play. No, unless you are playing and keeping your sex to yourself. But once you are sexually committed to that person, you must know all the implications. There is nothing like just casual dating or free dating or non-serious. There is nothing like that. You may be doing it jokingly. The person would also be doing it with somebody and bring some disease and hit you with it. And your life is over. So I don't play with stuff like that. If you are getting involved with a guy, make sure you know you are getting involved with a guy you can trust and marry.
Some guys,
Or else don't do it.
Don't let us label it now. Let's get to know each
When
other.
a guy
for
tells
a
you
while.
this, don't let us label it now. You just have to
if
know.
a guy tells you, my sister, that's why I always say that we ladies, we always see the red flags.
Yes.
But
And
we don't
still
go for it.
Yes.
Yes. So it's not as if they don't see.
He
They know.
told you,
They know.
let's not
Yes.
label
Yes.
it.
Yes.
The signs are clear.
Very clear.
What
very,
you-
very clear.
And you still want to say what?
So maybe she feels like the guy is being,
If you know, see, when a guy approaches you and he says he likes you, and you guys are, what is that talking stage for? What's that getting to know each other for? Get to know the person's background. Don't go further into the relationship before you know that, because of our families aren't going to accept each other. No, those are things you should be aware of before you actually even take things to the next level. Because those are things that the more deeper you get into it, the more when other things comes and interrupt,
Charlie, it's a lot of things. So
it becomes
when
a
you start
whole
dating
other
somebody,
situation.
abortions are very close to you. Before you know, you are doing abortions, and it's going to damage your health. You understand?
Yeah.
Before you know, you are putting on some what do they call it? These pills they use to avoid pregnancies and all that.
Yeah, family planning.
There is
and all that.
nothing like joking when it comes to relationship. There is no way you can tell me this is only when I'm in school. When we are done with school, it's over. No. By the time you are done, you have maybe committed about 5 abortions.
Well, the funny thing is, I went to 37 to visit a friend, and do you know the amazing thing is, I went to their gynae ward, and it will marvel you. Most of the ladies there who are there for operating on fibroid are basically in their 1920s, and they are all operating for fibroid because of abortion, or maybe because of contraceptives and all that. And all that is not like you will just know. You keep doing it, and the time you even find out, maybe whoever or whichever guy you were with that you
end
did
up
those
with.
multiple abortions is even gone.
He's moved on.
He's not even the one with you. Maybe at that stage you're even single. So that whole burden is just going to be you facing it.
Alone.
You facing
Charlie,
it.
there is nothing a joke about relationships. So when I didn't know all these things. I didn't know all these things. Now that I'm totally aware of them, when I meet people who tell me, "Oh, we are dating," but and you're serious, I tell them, no, you better stop it. If you are dating, tell the person we are dating. In fact, this is my advice I give to people. When a guy tells you he likes you, and you like the guy, all right? If you think you like the guy, you better ask the guy, are you trying to say you like me and you can marry me? Or you just like me because you want to sleep with me? Because if a guy cannot see you in the picture of marriage with you, that is not a guy you want to be with. He can be with you for like 1 week or take. After 1 week, no, you are pregnant. What happens? Some dated for just 2 days. After the second day, they ended up having sex and the lady got pregnant. And then what? You thought you were just going to play. You see. So this is what I say about pornography. When you introduce pornography into a relationship, this is for you, the ladies especially. When you introduce pornography into a relationship, you may be opening a door to something that you are going to permanently hook the guy to, which is going to be an addiction to the guy. And you thought you were only teaching the guy moves, skills. You thought you were giving the guy tools to work with. But you have rather opened doors to the guy. Now the guy is walking around seeing everybody as some meat he wants to have a taste of. The guy wasn't like this. But now, because you have been pushing these videos to the guy, let's watch this, let's look at this, and let's learn from this. Now the guy is hooked up to it. Now the guy wants to do this and do that and wants to go out. And even when you get pregnant and you are married to the guy cannot wait, because all these images you have put in the head are playing around. You see it? So to me, pornography is a total no-go area because of the damage it does to me. But I don't know about you. Maybe you guys are super ladies and super guy. You watch it, it doesn't really affect you that much. I'll take it. But can you sit and watch pornography with your wife?
Can I sit and watch?
Yes. Have you done? Can you sit and watch?
We haven't done it before, but
okay.
We don't really discuss those kind of stuff. But if she wants to, that is why it's all about communication. If the person,
if she says she wants, would you?
Oh yeah, why not? If she wants, why not? I'm cool with it.
I'll take. Sometimes you say some things that blows me away.
Oh, ladies, am I wrong?
You know the kind of door you are opening when you say yes?
What kind of door?
You are the man, you should say no, stop that nonsense.
Why
that is what I would say to you.
Yeah, that's your own.
That is you.
No, because you are opening a door that you cannot close. You, the lady, showing me these things. Menu, your lady tells you, babe, let's watch pornography. Okay, you sit and watch. Now you are enjoying it. The next day, let's watch again. It becomes a ritual. It becomes a fetish in your home. Don't you see it?
And it's between just the two of us.
No, it will never be between the two of you. Once you watch these things, it transcends beyond the two of you. Yeah. I can promise you this. People who watch pornography, they have more tendencies of having multiple women because they want to experiment most of these things with. The pornography will give you scenes of people having sex in a small box, in a big room, under the table, on the top of this. Crazy things all over the place. You want to experiment them.
Yeah, because imagine watching porn, then suddenly you see, okay, now there are 3 partners. My wife. Okay, we finish all the single ones. Now let's get to the ones that involve third parties.
And there are couples who do those things.
Maybe.
You know the funny thing?
You know there are couples who do it.
Do you know that there is a negative effect on that base because that third party, what rationality does it even come from that side? Because that third party, what if she's even better than you, the wife? The next moment he won't tell you, but he will go
back
see
to
her.
see her.
Okay, so if your guy tells you, if your guy tells you, the pornography you made me watch, it was a threesome. Can we practice it? What would you say to him?
I'll be the third.
No,
I'll do for 2. Why would I allow my man to bring?
But you told him to watch the thing. You showed the thing.
Like, number one, can never allow my man to. Not to talk of now bringing that idea into your head. Then if you have it in your head,
but
I'll be there.
You know there are couples who do it. They agree.
Would you want your wife? No. Would you tell your wife to let us try a threesome?
No, I wouldn't.
Watched it
because I wouldn't. You don't want to disrespect my wife on that kind of.
If your wife proposed the idea, what would you do?
If she proposed it, I don't think I will agree because to me I feel like it's a disrespect to. Like,
but you are watching it in the pornography,
and that's what I'm saying. Even if that's why it's all about communication and understanding. If she wants it and I don't agree, I don't think it will happen. So if we agree on both
but
sides,
why will we be practicing everything that you want, and now when I make a choice in that same environment that we are comfortable at, then you start saying no? So you see, that is even a place that actually triggers conflict.
That is why I'm saying I say no based on maybe how I see you, my wife. You get me? There are women, if I don't see you on that level when you propose that thing, I might agree to it. You get me? Because probably me, I don't see any future between you and I. But if you are my wife, I know, I see you on a whole different level. So there are certain
when
things
people watch
I wouldn't
pornography,
want.
it is the most graphic, disrespectful thing they ever do. to the human body, to the woman and to the man. People never knew that they could have anal sex until they started watching pornography. And now the guy is asking the woman for it. The guy didn't even know it. All these nasty things that are on that thing, you could have never practiced it. But because you introduced it in your home, that spirit is there now. Bro, the last thing you want to introduce in your relationship is pornography.
That's true.
Because that spirit, it is, when it catches up on you,
Zero said that spirit.
It's an addiction. No matter what you say, it's an addiction.
So sorry, what about those married couples that they got separated, one abroad and one on another side of the country?
Long distance.
Yeah.
You mean, we
Long
discussed
distance.
this yesterday. If you are in a long distance relationship and you are married, you have to stay in the relationship.
Yeah, you are still in the relationship, but you want your man or your...
It's unfortunate. Listen, sometimes people don't understand what marriage is all about. Let me help you with what I understand marriage is about. Marriage is not just about sex. Marriage is not just about children. Marriage is the foundation for all societies in the world. Every society is built on father, mother, children. And so when something should happen and one of the partners should be moved away from Accra to Nigeria, from Accra to USA, and you cannot be with that person, it doesn't guarantee or gives you the room to introduce a third person whilst the person is absent. Then you are busy with somebody here. It doesn't work like that. The moment you do this, you have broken the marriage covenant. It cannot work. If you know this is not what you want, you better get the whole picture and say, we cannot do this. We should never come to a point where you will leave me here for 10 years and expect me to wait. That is how I understand marriage. Because when you go and say for better or for worse, till death do us apart, it is words you are reciting which actually has meaning.
No, now they only care about the better. The worse they don't.
So sorry.
Yes.
So what about the man decided to buy you dildos like toys?
That is
to
a
work
fetish
on?
thing. It is fetish.
That is why.
I personally
That is
know
why I
a
always
couple
keep
that do
exactly.
that.
That's why I keep saying.
And the man
it's
got
about-
her different sizes of dildos.
and they are both cool with it, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about understanding. That's
So
what I
in
say.
that relationship, which means that it's an open kind of something.
And there are
No,
people.
they are
Everybody
married,
is
they
doing
have
their-
kids.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying they are not married. I said it's an open relationship, which means that both parties can explore. And with that,
It's all about understanding. That is why I say you know your partner, so you should know the kind of person you are dealing with. So that is why before you even marry
yesterday
someone,
Sarah said something, which means that it's not love. No matter how many words you can prove with it, it's not.
how many words?
Yes, no matter what excuses you have, no matter what you be like, I love her, that's I'm sacrificing this kind of thing, or I'm adapting to this. No, love is about what?
Are you not the one who said yesterday that there are certain moments where you will lie because we just want to keep the relationship going? Are you not the one who
I
said that?
said sometimes some lies are good.
But you said a lie is a lie. Whether it's a
And
lie is a lie.
What brought about that statement of some lies being good? I said some lies are good because what? I was saying that it's obvious somebody is this kind of person. But then when you shouldn't just admit it, it seems what? Self-disrespectful.
But it's still a lie, right?
Like maybe you.
It's still a lie.
That's why I said what? Some lies.
But it's still a lie.
It's a lie.
Exactly. So it's the
But-
same way with the love, no? You understand? If the couples agree that this is what we want, it's not about you thinking that it's not love. People understand their love in their own language. You don't understand it. I understand that me and my wife, we have agreed we have an open relationship. You sitting outside, you say it's not love. That is what you see. But me and my wife,
That's what you want
we
to
understand it
believe
and we
as
love
well.
it. So maybe your love
let me
is
come in,
different.
let me come in with this open relationship thing you guys are talking about. Open relationship is not love.
To you.
Let me explain why.
Nah, to you. If
Okay.
you say it's a
No,
fact,
but
that
it's
one I
not.
don't agree with
I
you.
didn't say it's a fact, but
Aha.
let me give you my pointers.
Okay.
Listen
let
to
me
them first.
Okay. Yeah.
When you love someone and you have agreed to marry the person, it means you have overlooked all the other options you had on the side, correct?
Okay.
There were options.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you chose this one. And you said, this one I'll be with. Okay. Now I get to a point where you want to introduce a third person into that relationship or marriage and say, this person can also join and be an open relationship. The moment you want to do this, the first reason why you married this one, you have broken it.
But did you discuss with the person?
No, listen. When you were getting married, you were not getting married to now get married and then make it open.
Ms. Cyrus, then what is the essence of polygamy?
Nobody does that.
What
Nobody says, I'm going to marry you, but when I marry you, then we make it an open marriage.
That's why I said it's all about understanding. To you, you feel like
No, I want you to be honest.
What is
Does
that?
anybody marry anybody and say we are marrying, and after we get married, we make it open?
We are
my
all
question
different
to you,
people.
if you are married, like for instance,
yeah,
your wife,
Yeah.
how would you feel looking at your wife having sex with another man?
I can't stand the sight, but someone can.
But
That is why I want you to understand we are all different.
Why
It's not
can't
about
you?
you
Because
can't
this
do.
is me.
Otik.
Do you
I
know
can't.
that
But there are people
there's
who
this
can.
thing. Why is it that
Uh-huh.
when a guy cheated, it's
Uh-huh.
normal, but when the lady
It's
cheated,
it's a problem.
it's a problem.
You get me?
This is not cheating. This is
No,
an
no, I'm
open
not
it's
talking
the
about
same
I'm
thing.
just-
You understand?
it's
You
something
see,
like
you
that.
see, I can't stand watching my wife being with someone, but
Exactly.
someone can do it, and I know there are people who do it. I watch, movies where that is the man's, fetish, like his desire, and he brings people into it.
Per what you are saying,
Uh-huh.
you are in a world of everything goes,
Everything is
and
normal.
everything is not normal. Listen, marriage is not. Listen,
No.
listen. Wait.
That one, I will not agree with you because we are all
No,
different.
you don't even allow me to make a statement.
No, because if you say everything is not normal, then which means you are making it look like there's a certain rule we all have to follow.
Exactly.
No.
Let me explain to you. Let me explain.
I'm listening.
The reason why we can say there is a certain rule we have to follow is because this is the one rule that has made the world we have. This is the only tested and tried rule that has been sustainable and good enough to hold the societies of this world from time immemorial to today. What is that rule? It is one woman, one wife, and children in the house. This has been the rule. One woman, one wife, and children in the house. In fact, if you go back to all the way in history, the creation story goes like that: one woman, one wife, children in the house. Okay, so you want to introduce something different, and because you want to introduce something different, you want us to also accept it as another normal. That is what you are trying to say.
I'm sorry. In the Bible,
Just because you can do something doesn't make that thing right.
In the Bible, even the prophets, they married multiple ways.
Listen to me.
Even in-
If you want to marry 10 today, nobody will stop you. But it doesn't mean
It's
you
right.
are not breaking the rule.
What rule?
Listen.
Where is that rule? I want to know where it was.
The rule is the first man and the first woman. Was it first man and two women?
Whether it's
No.
first man or whatever.
You ask me, where is the rule?
Mr. Cyrus,
Listen.
the
you
world
asked
has
me a
evolved.
question.
We can't continue staying in a certain pattern. So why is it that the world is not the same since
The world has never changed. It is the same.
Everything that exists now
Wait, what is
has
existing
existed.
that is not there before? Tell me one thing.
You said what exists now?
That didn't exist before.
When in Adam's time did they have a mobile?
Let me show you how this thing existed.
Okay, it's true.
Wait. Everything that has been used to create a mobile phone already existed, correct or not?
It was.
So we have just added. Oh, relax!
Mr.
I'm
Cyrus,
proving it to you.
No. This is no proof.
When I'm just about to prove it, you are agitated.
You are talking about the raw material.
Listen.
But did the item exist? I told you. I'm asking.
Listen.
Did it exist? No. You get me? That is what I want you to tell me that, okay, if it existed, fair enough.
Otik. Everything that has been used to make a mobile phone,
It existed.
It has existed from
Exactly.
time immemorial.
Exactly.
The only difference we have made is instead of putting one and one to do different thing, we have put 1 and 10 to do this phone. Correct?
Yeah.
Everything here is not new. Everything here is already existing. We have made nothing new.
Mr. Cyrus, if you say that, then you have not proven me anything to me. Trust me. Because when you look at the very first computer, you know how big it was.
No. You are
No.
looking at the finished good. I'm telling you the component. You are only
the raw
listen. Okay,
materials is always
let me
there.
give you the example.
Uh-huh.
It's like you are using cassava for ampesi.
Yeah.
All you know is use cassava to do ampesi.
Yeah.
So you cook the cassava separately. You do your stew, contomere stew,
chop
and you
ampesi.
eat with it.
Yeah.
Now you get to a place where you realize, oh, I can also use cassava and add plantain and get fufu. And you put it together and you do fufu. Has the cassava and plantain always been there?
Does it mean the fufu existed?
Wait.
I'm asking you, does it mean the fufu existed?
Fufu has
No.
always existed. No. Fufu has always. Listen.
If I'm wrong,
If you
prove
don't
that.
allow me to prove it, you can. Fufu has always existed. I have now discovered it. Let me give you an example. The laws that make an airplane fly, it's called the law of aerodynamics.
Yeah.
It is not because scientists found it that it came into being. It has always been there. It is now, that is why in science we call it discovery. We have now discovered it. So you have now discovered doing this.
If you answer the question this way, then you are not.
No, that is what it
No,
means.
he is being fair because
Everything
So
you are
agree
doing.
you agree to it?
why not see everything
Okay.
that just because
America
you
goes
just got
to
to know.
Christopher Columbus goes to America. He says he has discovered America. Did America exist before he found it?
Did America exist before he found it?
Yes.
If he knew would he have found it?
No. I said the land called America. The land, place where America is positioned. Was it always there before
But
he
was the land called America?
Oh, listen. I said the land.
But
the
was it
land.
called America? The
Always
land.
been
Was
there.
it called America? No.
Forget about the name. I said the land.
If everyone is going to say because I can do this, it's okay, then imagine yourself, ask yourself, where will we be? Just because you can do something doesn't make the thing right.
No. That's because you also don't believe it. Doesn't make it wrong. That is what I want you to understand.
not about belief.
Because you don't believe it. Okay, we are all
Everybody
different.
with their opinion.
You understand? We are all different people. Why can't you accept
Everybody with their
what people want?
opinions and
You,
everybody-
If
if I
you
like,
accept everything people want, do you know how the world will become tomorrow
That's
morning?
my statement.
What you are saying doesn't make sense in
Do
the
you
case
know
that
what people
if
believe in?
we accept what you are saying, the world will turn upside down in 1 hour. Do you know what people
Do you
want?
know what
What?
people want?
People want all black people to disappear from the face of the earth. Should we allow it to happen?
and people also want
Oh,
all white
wait,
people
wait.
to disappear.
And do
Should we also allow that
yes,
to happen?
I said no. Do you accept it?
It's not even possible.
But you said we
Exactly.
should allow people to do what they
Now,
want.
the thing is, you see, right now we are discussing a topic where you are saying someone is having an open relationship. You said there's a problem with it. If it was a problem, it would have been a crime. But is it
My
a
brother,
crime?
my brother,
No.
my
Who-
brother,
who made that
my brother,
law?
My brother, my brother, my brother.
Human, so
My brother,
it wouldn't
if
be
you
perfect.
want to bring up a standard,
Uh-huh.
I'll give you multiple of equal standards and ask you to be objective.
Uh-huh.
But you are trying to move away from it.
Yes.
The standard in the world has always been sustainable. Sustainable in the sense that
Okay.
when there is a man and there is a wife and there are children, this is what we can predict. They grow into a society which forms the base of a nation and then a country. This one, it is predictable. This is trusted. But when you want to bring in another type of system, and because you think it's right,
Because I think.
yes,
Yes,
because you are
you
saying
said
people
everyone
think
have
it's good.
their
You said
thoughts.
people have their
you said,
opinion.
you said, okay,
No,
relax.
let me finish it. You said
Okay,
people
okay,
have what they want
finish,
to
you
say.
finish whatever you want.
And because people think this is also good, we should permit all of that. The next thing we are going to see is we are going to see people sleeping with donkeys and animals,
Swear.
and everything should be permissible. When we allow all these things to be permissible, do you know the world will create in the next 10 years?
What-
Do you even think also if a man comes out and say, okay, I want to marry my dog because I'm in
I
love
want
with
to
a
marry
dog,
my mother.
doesn't even sound
Can
logical.
you go and marry your mother?
You said, can I go and marry?
Do you?
Me,
is it-
are you talking about me?
No, not you. Put
Uh-huh.
yourself out. When you hear a person says,
I've married my mom.
I have married my mother, what is the first impression?
To me, it's not normal because I want.
Why?
Listen,
Why is it not
Why?
Now, let me explain. You see, you are
Let
drawing the
him
line.
explain.
No.
You are drawing the line.
He has,
Let
he
him
has
You are-
said it
no, no,
all.
no, no, no,
That
I haven't
answer
said
has
anything
said
at
it all.
Listen, this is how I was raised. That is why it's not normal to me. If I was raised in a country where it is normal to marry my mother,
Tell me
it
one
would have
country
been
where
He
normal
has
to me.
normal
said
to
it
raise your
all.
There, relax.
He has admitted
relax,
and said
relax,
it
relax. When you go to America right now, there are people who marry themselves. They just marry themselves, and the law agrees to it, and they do it. Serious.
Yeah,
Okay?
continue, they can,
And the law agrees, and they do it. You get me? Why wouldn't the law say, what is wrong with you? How can you marry yourself? It's not even possible.
I don't know where in the world somebody is marrying themselves.
When you go to America, they plenty. I've seen so many.
There is
You
no. Listen, wait, hold on. Let me continue. You continue.
You get me? So you are saying, based on where you come from and the things you believe, when you see someone do something different, it's not normal to you. You understand? You have what you believe. You get
Yeah.
me? She has what she believes. So when you see me do anything that does not conspire with your beliefs and stuff, which means it will sound a bit weird and awkward to you. You get me? But you know, everybody, that is why we are all different people. You get me? We are all different people. When we come, even when you give birth to twins or triplets, they all come with different mindsets. There could be someone who come and become like an
And so we
abnormal
should permit
person.
all of them to do
And
whatever they want.
that's why there are laws.
Exactly.
There are laws. So if the law agrees, okay, right now, there are people, females marry each other, and the law agrees to it. Do you have a problem with it?
I have a serious problem with it.
But the law agrees to it, so it doesn't make
no,
it
hold on. The reason why I have a problem with it
is what?
Is because that has never produced anything.
But does it make
wait.
The law has
can it produce anything?
Like what?
Can two women give it?
Can they produce children?
They can't produce children.
Okay.
Exactly.
So if let me give you a scenario. When we have an island full of women who are married to themselves, in 50 years, what do you think the island will become?
The wipe off.
No, not the answer.
No,
And they will know, if they all die in 50 years.
Stop being sarcastic. If they order, I said, what will the island become?
The island will still be there.
No, the people living on the island. What
in 50 years, I don't think everyone will die in 50 years. So if
in 100 years, I'll play his game.
And in 100 years, maybe possibly they will all die.
Good. Why?
Because human life, we have time frame.
No, that is not the answer.
What answer do you want?
Because if there was a man on the island, not everybody will die. The man will impregnate the women, there will be children, and they will continue living. That is the part you are not catching. So if what you are saying, we go by what you are saying, we are only going to reduce the world's population. And listen again. You are not listening. You are quick to talk.
I'm listening.
When we go by what you are saying, the world's population is like we are literally bringing down the world's population. Because these two people coming together, there is never going to be procreation.
So why are there laws that approve?
Listen, that is what I'm saying to you. It is not just because there are laws, so everything is permissible because there is a law.
It's only permissible when the law agrees to it.
And who makes that law? I'm asking.
We human beings make that law.
Exactly. And that person isn't perfect.
The person is not perfect.
Exactly. So if the person
nobody's
makes
perfect,
the law,
right? So you agree to it that when someone is doing something different, why don't you agree that?
That's what I said. Just because you can do it doesn't make it right. That's why I said
what
that.
What makes it wrong? That is what I want to understand.
Do you need any law to tell you sleeping with your mother is wrong?
Do I need any law?
There's no law like that.
If there is no law like that, do you need any law to tell you that when you sleep with your mother is wrong?
Do I need any law?
You heard me right.
That's why I said based on how I was
forget principle. You.
If you use me to I can't answer.
You are speaking for people, so I have to ask you for your
own
opinion.
I'm speaking for the laws.
No. I'm using the laws. Listen to the question. Listen to.
Okay, right now, if the law agrees that people
should marry whoever they want,
their mother.
I'm asking you. Is it okay for you to?
Don't say is it okay. Don't use okay. If the law agrees that
will you marry your mom?
If I want to, I'll do it. But if I don't want to, I won't do it. But if somebody wants to, the person can do it. Why not? Okay. So the law, okay, if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Because
the reason why it's wrong is because everybody has what is called conscience.
Yeah.
Conscience supersedes law. The laws of man, conscience supersedes it. It is out of the conscience of a man that a law is made.
Okay.
And the conscience of man is always with you. Even where there is nobody supervising over you.
Okay.
So where the law is not even applicable, no camera is watching, but your conscience will tell you, man, what you are doing is wrong. So when you have lost this conscience and you get to a point where, because the law says I can do whatever, then I can do whatever. That is when you become, you have lost your conscience. And that is when a man will say, I'm sleeping with my mother. Because your conscience have left you. And the conscience is so powerful. Ladies and gentlemen, the conscience is so powerful to the point where nobody speaks to you directly more than your conscience.
But sir,
even when nobody is watching, your conscience pricks you and tells you, hey, stop it. This one is not done. Nobody told you. It's like if you have never heard that there is a law preventing you from slapping your mother. There's a law. You can slap your mother. The law permits you. But on your own, your conscience will tell you what you're about to do is not right. When a man has crossed over that line in your brain, that cord is broken, you know something has damaged that man. That is what I mean. So it's not about just the laws. Because the laws can permit you to do whatever. But what is your conscience telling you?
So can I ask you something? So the people who set the laws where same-sex marriage is allowed, have they lost their conscience?
A lot of them. That is why they are taking their countries back. When they set the laws in America, Trump came back and reversed all the laws. That is what Trump is doing. Trump is coming back to reverse. They set the law that women and men can play in women's sport.
Okay.
When Trump came, he cancelled it. They've realized there is a problem with it. So the vast majority of Americans came out and voted for Trump because they want all that nonsense to stop.
But don't you think it's all because of religious beliefs? That's
What
why.
religious belief? I told you, conscience. You are the one introducing religion. Conscience, it has nothing to do with religion.
Bezarius, when you speak about conscience, you and I, we came to this world knowing nothing. You understand?
No, your conscience came with you.
But did you know anything?
No, listen. You are so young you couldn't process. But your conscience wasn't a new thing that was added.
It wasn't.
It was always with you, and it was developing with you.
Exactly.
Okay, so what I'm saying to you is, the people were led by a certain leadership, and the leadership permitted all these things to happen.
Someone is greeting you. That's a good evening.
Fauzan, I think he's in Burkina Faso.
Okay. Yeah.
We have a lot of different viewers. Some of them, they don't come on the show. They watch us from far.
It was okay. Good evening.
Yeah, Fauzan, what's up, my brother? What's up, Incubus, Succubus? What's up, Opone Bitel, Lofty? I've forgotten myself not to shout out to all the guys who are watching. All right. So, in spite of what laws say, the conscience, nobody can touch it unless you yourself. For the first time, when you want to commit crime, you realize it's bad. It is when you have committed it severally, then that part of your conscience dies. Now you are committing it, you don't feel anything about it again because you have literally finished that conscience. But that is not even the topic for today. The topic is pornography. The topic is pornography. Will pornography ever improve your marriage? Will watching pornography ever improve your relationship? Is it necessary to introduce pornography in your relationship? At any point, would you ever encourage your partner to watch some pornography? In fact, let me ask you, if you see your husband watching pornography all the time, what comes to your mind?
All the time. Then now
Speak louder a little.
If I see him watching it all the time, then he's cheating.
He's cheating.
Yes. Then he's cheating.
Every time you watch the guy, you are spying him. He's watching pornography.
He's watching porno. What do you want? What are you watching it for all the time? I'm here. Then he's cheating.
You sneak and take his phone. You go inside the phone. It's full of porno.
I'll even ask question. I'll question.
What is going on here?
I'm here. What is going on? Like, at least if you want to watch, you don't spy. Come and try it.
Hey.
Why will you be having it in your phone, baby?
Man.
No.
What will come to your mind if you found your boyfriend or your husband always watching porno? Or he has so many pornographic videos on his phone.
So cheating is one of them, but not just that.
Okay.
Is it that he's not sexually satisfied with me?
That is a big question.
Yes. And is it that he has told me and I'm not even paying attention? See, sometimes it's not as if they don't communicate. They communicate, but does it even work? Does the communication, do we even take it into effects or anything like that? Yes. So from the beginning, when I see it, if I know that we've spoken about it and I know I'm not actually doing anything to improve my activity with my man, then it's either I'll know that what? It's like now my man doesn't really even find himself sexually attracted to me. Yes. So it could be cheating, but then what is actually activating the cheating?
Right.
Yes.
Would you confront the guy, your husband, your boyfriend?
I will.
Would you confront him?
I will.
You will?
We've got to talk about it.
You have to talk about it.
Yeah.
You confront him.
Would you confront him?
Why not?
I'll confront him.
Why
of
not?
course.
And confronting doesn't mean that you're going to
We'll
accuse
fight
the person or anything.
No.
Or you
Even
you
in that essence, it makes you realize where you are also going wrong. Yes, it makes you realize
but
where
would
you
you
are
do
also
it in a
going.
nice way?
Oh sure, I will
Why
have
not?
to ask you. Is there some place I'm lacking behind? Like we've got to talk about it.
It's not like you are kids, so you are married,
Exactly.
you are matured. So talking about it.
Okay, what if I keep it in my head and it keeps haunting me and I want to say it out to a wrong person? That the person now need to lead me that it's cheating. You to find a way.
Assumption is a very dangerous
it keeps
thing.
Bringing negative
Assumption
into
is
my
very
marriage
dangerous.
and boom, I use my hands to spoil it. Which maybe when everything are sports, then you are now talking. You now say, why didn't you ask me? Maybe I was doing it for somebody, or I needed it for something.
So it's better you confront it.
I have to. So that we talk
your
about
wife,
it.
if you find her watching pornography all the time, like most of the time you go inside her phone, you check, you see a lot of different pornographies. Then you are passing behind her, you see her watching it. What goes on?
I actually want to have a conversation because I want to understand why you are watching it too much. You get me? If it was a one time, maybe I'll feel like it's a mistake. But if I see you severally, which means there's something going on. Maybe there's something I'm not doing right. You understand? Because I don't know why you want to, be always watching it, which is probably you're not sexually satisfied with me, and you can't tell me.
And most ladies also find it very difficult to complain when it comes to sex.
Because women already talking about sex in some type of way, mama. I say everything.
So when you walk inside your room and you find your wife watching pornography on the TV, what's your first reaction?
TV no so. Yes, I know the who got with the crab when
What is your first reaction?
I want lock it down.
No, you can't tell.
Onim se urada ni.
You come back now.
She didn't know you were coming right now.
This serious.
If I don't know her that kind of way, I'll be really surprised because me who say oh beside that. I better me so. Like I'll be wondering like that then of course. But me fool, you understand, because you want to understand then of course, because then a money what the show phones when a TV so they
then I have
which means we be a cinema on what I say and who display in the course. I want to understand why you are in that kind of line. Now we talk about it because I believe that for you to watch it consistently, which means there's something wrong. You get me?
So if you find your husband or your boyfriend on the big TV, or that community no also AC no or already clear, he didn't know you were coming.
I will definitely. I'm human. I'll be mad for a while, but I'll just have to go back and ask you what is really happening. Like we need to talk about it. Maybe some stuff you want to try. Do you want to try new things, or you are just what? No, we have to talk about it.
You have to talk about it. What would you do?
Well, when I see something like honest truth, when I see it, I'll laugh.
You will laugh?
See, listen, do you know why I'll laugh?
You will laugh, are you
because
sure?
let me tell you, I'm being honest here. That's why I started with what?
You will
honest
laugh?
Truth. The first thing that comes into my head wouldn't be me being upset. See, if the guy is actually hiding it, I don't think it will reflect on the TV. How come it's reflecting on the TV? So, if I come in and I see that, like I wouldn't even think he's serious. My first impression wouldn't even think he's seriously watching it on purpose. Yes, I wouldn't even think he's serious. So me laughing and being like, what's going on here? So he says something for me to realize that, hey, this person is actually seriously into something. That's when I will even be worried. See, something is not everything that raises anger. Some things are there. You should panic. You should be worried. It raises for concern. That's the truth. Yes.
But if you are angry as well, that will actually, maybe he has been doing it for long and you just caught him that day. That will give him, like what you said, that conscience of himself.
Sometimes we forget that pornography, really the foundation of it is not always about the person is bored or the person wants to explore. Do you know abuse actually forces people to do certain things? Abuse is one thing that forces people into pornography.
Abuse as in growing up?
Yes. Trauma, depression, all those things forces people into pornography. It's not just about the person wanting to do it.
Or for fun.
Yes. Some people have rough childhood experiences that maybe they haven't shared it or all that. So if you really know your partner well and you know that, this person, I've never even seen this person to be in this kind of field, that means that the person has been doing it, hiding it, but then ask yourself, why? And I wouldn't even lie about it because I know a person that their childhood abuse had to do with sexual abuse.
Yes.
Okay, and when it happens continuously, do you know you end up even liking being abused sexually? Yes, that's why some people actually like exotic sex. So everything is triggered by something until you know the reason behind it. You just keep assuming
something causes something.
Yes.
Wow. Incubus said, and boredom causes people to
watch porn
when
they are bored. And
football.
And the leisure thing.
Oh yeah, football.
Boredom. So when you got bored, you didn't watch football.
The leisure time.
You were a young guy. You didn't go to watch football. You didn't watch telenovela. You were a
You
lady.
didn't listen to music.
You didn't want to listen to music.
No
telenovela. Incubus. You went ahead and started watching football.
Ona minima akwebi
Oh, serious.
na or pen drive no wa external hard disk. One say niema gu folders. Why is that pono no kwa 40 gig. And a pono no dey na nyesa 5 minutes e bia 2 hours 1 hour 30 minutes.
Wonderful.
O movie sankasa. Na pono kwa 40 gig.
Wow.
You say share no delete pono na visual. Also share no delete pono because what you say no here na chain niema na kan do be delete be no dey. Sa collection
Onipa oyesa no chain at. If you marry such a guy, you'll be in trouble. If you I'm being honest, if you marry a guy who is addicted to pornography, you are in trouble. That is my piece of advice for a young lady. Say who's your baima now who's your people no.
But what if the band is you already we are.
So who name they different?
Oh, at the long run, EBP.
It be our
But if you marry the person, then EBP. But just pray. Just pray that see, I don't know why, but
boys who like pornography are not faithful. They cannot be faithful.
And I don't know if in Ghana most couples take therapy or going for consultation serious. But therapy is something even when you are not sick. See, everybody is sick. Even when you don't feel sick.
Go check up.
Visiting therapy once a while is very advisable. You even start the section before you realize you are even depressed and you didn't even know you are depressed. It's not everything that we do it because you can be depressed and you don't know. I for one would say that I used to go to therapy since senior high school. So
you used to go to therapy?
Yes.
And
it's advised. It's advised because that room becomes your safe room for you to actually revisit actions you've created without even knowing that action has actually affected you.
So you have like a therapist?
Why not?
It's not so when him that one. What you say?
So yes, me I'll advise. If you are with somebody that
you look like a therapist.
If you are with somebody that you are taking serious, that's something that wouldn't be bad. So it's not because somebody is addicted to porn, you just give up on the person. No. Are you really into what you think you are in? If you are, try other methods in helping the person overcome it. It's very difficult to overcome being addicted to porn, but
pornography addiction is like one of the most difficult addictions you can
overcome.
When it gets grip on you. Masa. Oh yeah, BBM fa. Obi to me share porno sa fe otia sorry them am preach.
No, no say TikTok video like that.
Otia sorry them am preach you. Na the phone so I busy. Otia what? Na dream na porno. It is a very difficult thing to break out from. So why would you easily put yourself in that situation? Wow, ko pack videos in there with DVD so. Replace it with something better like learning to play piano or learning a language. Incubus, that is beautiful.
Okay.
When you get bored, go and learn to play a piano.
If not, go and learn to play. Go and learn skills. Go and
learn some skills like how to fix a computer.
Learn something.
How to fix bulb.
No, that's not skills. That's not a skill.
For desire, I remember a story that one of the elderly people in my homes told me. They were like, there are times that when they were kids, when you start becoming a teenager and you see changes in your body, it's difficult to tell your parents and all that, because at that time they were a bit scared of their parents and all that. And it was like one time he was pounding fufu. He was pounding fufu, and his grandmother was the one turning the fufu. And then suddenly he got hard, and he doesn't even know.
Or get it hard.
I've been better than the man.
He got hard, and then his grandma stroked him, and then later, before what, they sat him down. See, no matter how strict they were back then, no matter the punishment they give you, they still make you understand where to go right.
That's
the
they
thing.
used to tell us, don't go closer to man, you get pregnant.
Yes.
As soon as you start menstruating, that's the day the whole family will be calling.
I tried to talk to my niece one of these days. I was like, do you know how old you are now? You started menstruating. Don't go closer to your mouth. If you are menstruating, don't go closer. She started laughing.
If you go close to your man, you get pregnant.
I said, you get pregnant. I said, auntie, what will happen? I said, you get pregnant. Do you see how your younger brother does not allow your mother to sleep? Do you see how if you ask for money, your mother will say she wants to use it to buy pampers for you? That is it. You will not have anything today. She said, hey, auntie, then there are plenty of my classmates that are pregnant too.
See, I will even suggest that maybe later as time goes on, we look into a topic whereby we maybe discuss on whether if it is good to actually sit kids down and talk about and even
have that discussion.
Yes, if it's good, and that discussion, are you even going to tell her, okay, I know definitely no matter how many times I tell you don't date, you still go and date. So is it okay to even let your child that is maybe around her 18s and all that, is it okay for you to allow that child to introduce her man to you or talk to you about certain things? So I think that will even be a very good.
I see. Let's bring the show to an end. So, ultimately, pornography in marriage or a relationship is a killer. It's a no-no. It's a no-no. No matter what you want to learn, you can learn on the job. Learn on the job. Try and learn with the woman you have. Slowly learn it. Get comfortable with the partner.
We need the raw.
Don't go and bring anything in where you can't control. What is that?
He needs raw material.
What is that raw material?
That question, you won't answer, so it's fine.
Raw material.
Charlie, at the end of the day, people introduce things into their relationship and realize it rather came to destroy and not to build. Now your guy or your lady is always doing extra, and you can't control her again because you introduce her to it. It's like a guy who married his wife. His wife had never drank alcohol, and he took the wife out to nice places, and in all these nice places there was a lot of alcohol. And every time they would do cheers. Then you tell his wife, oh, take small, oh, drink small, oh, drink small. So small. The guy knows how to drink. The wife didn't know how to drink. The guy buys drinks and put them in the fridge a lot, but the lady never touched them. But because the guy takes her out and drinks small, now the lady is drinking. The lady goes into the fridge, gets the drinks, pours some for herself, and have fun. Now the guy will come back home, the lady is drunk. The guy stopped bringing the drinks. Now the lady goes out
to go and buy it.
You introduce her to it. You said drink small.
Small.
Now the small has taken over. This is not the agenda the guy had. The guy was like, oh, let my wife look like she know what's up small. The WhatsApp has taken over. So some of these things, unfortunately, you want to help your relationship, but it ends up breaking it. Any last words? Let's go from Otik. Your last words with introducing porn or pornography in a relationship.
Oh, my last words is it depends on you, the person. You understand? So if it's a no for you and you feel like it's going to sabotage your relationship, please don't go there. But if you think you can handle it, just communicate with your partner, and you guys, if you agree to it, fair enough. You get me? So it's all about understanding. So if your partner doesn't want it, don't force it. You understand? Because there are people where I believe maybe they want it and their partners don't. You understand? And they still want to insist and want to push that thing into the relationship. I don't think that one is healthy. You understand? So it should be more of understanding. That is my final words.
Your final words, Priscilla.
Yeah, so like how he finally said, but then I would say it's not advisable from my perspective. Please don't. I would prefer you experiment with your partner, communicate more, be friendly with your partner. He's your partner or she's your partner, not your school teacher, not your lecturer. Please try and open up, have fun. Relationship shouldn't always be about being so serious. Okay, have fun, experiment, and then you actually know that without porn, you say you're a pro porn star. Okay.
Wow. Let's come to. I forgot the name again. Desirat. Desirat.
Yeah, they've said it all. The most important that I'll really put out there is communication is the key.
Communication is the key.
Yeah, and don't start what you cannot finish.
Exactly.
Communication is the key.
Exactly.
So don't start what you cannot finish. What will destroy everything before you say, and I know. Don't even start it.
Nice one. Nice one. Thank you guys for making time to join us today. We'll post the video on our platform, our Tuntum Passion Room platform on TikTok. And we'll post the full video on Tuntum Passion Room on YouTube. Please check it out. If you have not subscribed, please do us a favor and subscribe and follow us on Tuntum Network as well.